Hey, Chris Lipe here. What does it take to get good at singing? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the only exercise you will ever need to be a great singer. And if you work at it, it'll help you in only 21 days. No, I'm totally kidding. There is no magic pill for getting good at singing. There is no magic program. There is no exercise. There's no routine. What does it take to get good at singing? I'm going to share with you 3 things that I believe help every singer get better and help everybody who wants to start singing learn how to start on the right foot.
What's the worst that I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. And if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night.
If you'd like more of my help beginning or continuing your singing journey, the best place to start with me is by clicking the link below and joining my free voice course. I'll help you get the foundations down. I'll help you feel out your voice. I'll help you look at your voice and listen to your voice in certain ways that's going to help you move faster than if you didn't have someone helping you do that. So click that link below and join my free course. All of these tips, perspectives, really fit under the umbrella of ownership. You see, learning a new craft or getting really good at something, you have to pass from initially taking in information or having a coach or getting instruction to really owning on a deeper level whatever it takes to really master and define that skill in you. That's why I said it doesn't really work to just get a program or follow some directions and then, you're going to be a great singer if you do exactly what is said. That just won't work. The programs can be great, but there comes a point where you have to take ownership and you have to make it your own, and you have to start going, well, the thing that he suggested here worked, but this doesn't work so well. I can really lean into this, but I can't lean into that. And then start taking inspiration from everywhere. So we have to take ownership. This is the umbrella that we should, I don't know if this analogy is going to work. This is the umbrella that we should use when we're wanting to get better at singing. It doesn't work. But that's the overarching theme, ownership. And here's the first thing that you need to do, whatever your skill level, if you want to start getting better at singing. Listening. And I'm not talking about passive listening. I'm talking about observational listening. What did that singer just do? And, that little part that snuck in there on that vocal arrangement. Or, man, it sounds like he's pushing his voice in a strange way there, and he backs off in that area. Or, it sounds like he's resonating different. There's this different sound out of just this word. Start picking all sorts of things out, using your favorite singers as examples. But then start listening to your own voice. Start listening to your own voice as it comes out of your face. And start listening to your own voice as it's recorded back, or as it's playing back from a recording. Yes, you can do this with singing, but you can even do this with your speaking voice. Start listening intensely and intently to your voice and to other voices. Start listening to music in the context of what you can pull from it inspirationally. And a lot of us who love music and love singing do this to some level all the time. This song was inspired by so-and-so's song. But there's an extra level of detail that we can really zone in on when we are listening. If you can listen this way, you are going to develop patterns as you practice singing, as you practice doing the courses and the exercises and learning songs. You're going to develop passageways and habits that infiltrate you almost unconsciously and make you way better. The next area you need to practice getting better at, and maybe even just starting to do if you want to get better at singing, is introspection. Looking inside yourself, learning to feel sensations in your body, in your voice, learning to adjust where you direct those sensations as you're singing and as you're speaking. Let me give you an example. If you were to just sing this note, ah, and do it sort of nonchalantly, the first area you might think about feeling is your throat. Because after all, that's where the sound's being made. But we have the power to pay attention, in a sense, listen to our body. So it really builds off of learning to listen to other things. We have the power to pay attention to different areas of our body, our vocal tract, our face, really all over the place, that are resonating or that maybe are being involved in our tense in areas that they don't need to be. So if we're introspective and we are, sing that note again. I can direct my energy and my attention to different areas of my body as I feel out that note. Even this simple drill of singing a note and picturing where it's coming from and trying to move it around is huge for you to improve in your sound, in your comfort level with singing. These are basic level ideas, but they infiltrate every area of singing and performing and music. And the third thing, and it's more of a quality than anything, that you're going to need to get better at singing is fearlessness. I've talked about this to some degree on the channel before. You can't be afraid to be bad. You can't be afraid to sound bad. You can't be afraid to make mistakes, to get up in front of people and croak a note or miss something. The goal as a singer is not to be perfect. It's to be expressive and relatable. The best singers draw you in with emotional connection. The best singers are not perfect. They are wildly and engagingly imperfect, and they don't get there by pursuing perfection or being good in any way. They get there by being fearless and experiential, channeling inspiration, turning it into their own self-expression. And you simply can't do that if you are afraid of what will happen. The main thing that I get when I ask people to start working with some of my methods as a vocal coach is, this doesn't sound good. I don't sound the way I want to doing these. No, you're not going to sound good ever or at all until you can learn to feel out the way that your voice works and the ways that it can work. We must drill down into sensation before sound. And we must do that in a fearless way if we are going to get better at singing. I've been on a bit of a My Chemical Romance kick lately, and one of the things that I notice about any track that Gerard Way sings on is his wide range of expressiveness. Yeah, he's got a good range, and he's got some interesting textures that come in and out, and the vocal production is fantastic. But the way that he's able to really get his words out, form vowels in certain ways, and be all over those performances, he's not thinking about, I better form this vowel a certain way, or I better call on this particular technique that my vocal coach said. Instead, he's sort of abandoning and emotionally engaging in whatever he's doing. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, you just can't. You can learn techniques that are helpful for feeling out the way that your voice works. But there comes a point to where you have to choose to go, okay, I've learned all these things. I feel like I understand them, and I understand how to place and think and listen and feel out. And then you got to go, just like any other thing, you got to go, okay, I'm ready. And you kind of sweep all this stuff over here, and then you just go, and you do so in a way that's connected to something else that's going on here and here. So, what does it take to get good at singing? It's mindset. And there's a lot of great information out there. But if it doesn't start with these types of mindsets and this openness and willingness to own these aspects, these ways of thinking, you won't get better. But if you can start by embracing these things, you will. Again, if you'd like more help from me developing not only these mindsets, but in specific ways with your voice, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.